Alrighty, y'all. It is Monday, April the 28th, and darling, this is your reminder to listen to the canaries in the mine. You hear me? Listen to the canaries. Alrighty, my friends, we are going to start with two of the more positive things for updates before I really dive in and sink my teeth into the things that I want to say as the canaries that are tweeting away and trying to let y'all know, trying to wake you up from the self-gaslighting of they're not really going to do it and they don't really mean it. If you haven't figured this out yet, you're part of the problem and you're one of them. But anyway, darling, first, I wanted to touch on May Day, which I believe is set for May 1. That's the next big grouping. I believe there's also supposed to be meetings set for the first weekend in May. I tried to check the website. I didn't see anything. The mayday.org, it was blocked or something. I don't know if that's a regime thing or if they're getting their stuff together, but give it a search. Okay, there is an actual organization for this, and it's called the May Day event. I also want to bring up the leaving four-letter M word. And yes, even on this channel, I'm not going to say the word because for some reason, whenever I say it, my videos get, they yoink. So I don't know how some other people are allowed to say it, but I am not allowed to say it. That's why I say Mad Hatter, etc. So it is leaving four-letter-M-word.org. That one is an organization for the persons who are looking to leave the culture and need a soft place to land, need like-minded people, need a community to go to. Because remember, a lot of these people that are in this, a huge portion of it, aside from addiction problems, a lot of them have alcohol problems, a lot of them are in there because their SteeplePeople place told them to. So very predictable things we already know. They need a community to go. They're going from one community to nothing, and these are not people that are built to be loners. These are people who need a group that accepts them, or they can't survive. They need to be part of a group so they can put up a flag and say, this is my group and you're not a part of it. That is literally a core part of their personalities. They need another community to go to. So that leaving group is a nice soft place where they can meet other people who realize they've been bamboozled and they can talk to each other without feeling judged and shame from people like me who are going to look at you like, oh yeah, now you got it. Now that it's you, you know what I'm saying? So I know we're supposed to leave space for the people that are honestly remorseful and regretting their choice and they want to do better. But darling, it is about to be May. And the canaries, like I said, are just tweeting that you guys don't have any more time to keep telling yourself that if you just keep your head down because it's so much, it's so depressing, it's giving you anxiety. You don't want to think of it. The amount of people who look like this, who are going around going, I just can't. It's just so hard for me to even consider this. It's so hard to even think about it. If you wanted an example of how they got away with this in the 30s and 40s, you are it. You are the living example of how they got away with it. The amount of people who found it too stressful to think about it, too depressing to think about it, too scared to stand up because what if they take me in for not complying? I can't have that. Too focused on making sure you maintain the status quo. You can't be bothered. Gotta work. And hey, look, I get it. I understand. We all need money. We all need this. We all need that, except for they're taking everything away. And while you're focused on making sure you file your taxes and get to work today, that's only lasting so much longer. They're taking those things away too. Okay? They're crashing the dollar on purpose so they can move us to cryptocurrency that no other country accepts. And then we're really trapped. Okay? This little test blackout in a handful of countries in Europe, that's Ruski. Okay, that's what they do. They go take out those underwater lines. They're testing. How long do you think before they do it to us? Because that's what they're going to need. Okay, when this man 2 days in, or it wasn't 2 days, I'm oversimplifying, but you remember when they did the AI generated Times covers and crowned himself king, he made a whole bunch of posts calling himself king and Caesar and emperor and, you know, at the conference for 2028 and beyond. And you guys kept saying they don't mean it. They're just joking. They can't do it. They've been telling you for months and you're still telling yourself no. The man just went and said on an interview with The Atlantic that he's the ruler of America and the ruler of the world now, king of the world. That article is about to be released because you're not stopping it. You continue telling yourselves that it can't get that bad. If you just don't think about it, you'll make it through. And then you can test again in 26 or 28 and make it all go away. They're telling you that they're keeping him there, and you think you're going to have an opportunity to go against that. They're telling you that they are threatening to go after SCOTUS. Did you see that? After the weekend of rounding up military spouses, citizens, children, cancer patients, and judges, they are now threatening SCOTUS. Hey, if you get in our way, we'll arrest you too. We're above all of you. Okay, Buka, whatever his name is, you know the word I'd rather say, is tweeting out, oh yeah, you have to get rid of the courts and the judges and prosecutors and attorneys. They're all corrupt. I had to purge them all in my country. Now, granted, his country is this big. And he did all of that so that he could make this the bye-bye camp that he has and promote it to countries like ours that want a place to send people to disappear. And our country is fanning those flames. Yes, Canada has a test today, and I hope it goes the way we need it to go. Meanwhile, the angel of death, Vance in his pantaloons, is after, like I said, offing the Pope. I know we're not supposed to, but I said what I said. You're not going to convince me otherwise. That dude spread his whatever it is, and the Pope was gone. Then he went to India. We paid for that. And now India and Pakistan are getting ready to at each other. Everywhere we touch, we're just causing more problems. We're creating international problems. We're selling people, not just American citizens. We're taking Venezuelans, selling them to El Salvador. Paying to have them kept hostage there and complaining when their home country goes to the international courts and says, yeah, they're doing some weird shit with our citizens behind our backs. Like, what the? And again, you're head in the sand. You don't want to think about it. It makes you depressed and anxious to think about it. You're just going to focus. You're waiting for the military. You're waiting for Congress. You're waiting for SCOTUS. Listen to the Canaries. Listen to the Canaries. You're waiting for things that aren't going to happen. You're waiting for people to show up who aren't going to show up. It has to be the people realizing that not complying ends all of this, but sticking your head in the sand and saying, I'm not going to think about it because it depresses me, that's compliance. That is compliance. Ignoring it is compliance. I don't want to think about it is compliance. I'm just trying to make it is compliance. That is all compliance. Anything less than firm resistance is compliance. And we are getting upset because we can't do anything. We, meaning we would love to get out there, but we can't, because as soon as it's us, we're the next line of people they want to scoop up and ship out. And you really think you'll have a problem believing it when they tell you that I'm a dangerous criminal with a record that's connected to a gang? They don't need evidence. All they have to do is say it, which is what they've been doing, just saying it. For us, while ignoring these criminals, pardoning them. Actually, the Republican was senator, governor, whatever, who stole 70 grand for cosmetic surgery from the state, pardoned. The J6ers are still referring to them as hostages that deserve reparations. Okay, you're seeing the reiteration of the feeds being filled with, again, that caucastic thing where they just say shit. They just say it. Oh, due process is for citizens, huh? You know that, right, libs? No, that's not true, but you're going to say it anyway. Because for decades, you just say shit and no one corrects you, and this is the aftermath of it. Excuse me, Christian nationalism isn't a bad word. First of all, it's 2 words. You couldn't even count to 2. That's already proving our point. The founding fathers wanted a Christian nation. No, they did not, again, but you wouldn't know that, would you? Wouldn't know that because caucasity allows you to just say shit that's not true. Keep going. Finished off by, so I, as a Christian nationalist, just want to be able to force you to choose my faith. I want you to have the freedom to choose the only one answer we're willing to provide. They're just outright saying it, putting themselves above their own deity who gave everyone free will, but they decided that they're bigger gods than their God and they have a right to force everyone into their faith. And you're letting them do it. You're letting them say it. You're letting them act on it, and you're telling yourself that they don't really mean it and it's not going to get that bad. Okay? Listen to the Canaries.